Peace be upon you, dear 8th graders. Let's get started. Today الدرس 18. Okay, now in the last lesson we talked about question tags or tag questions, and we've done the first sentence. When we talked about question tags, I told you that we need 3 basic rules to make a question tag. The first one, if the subject is a noun, you replace it by a subject pronoun. If the statement is positive, we need what? Negative statement. And we only need to invert the helping verb. When we don't have a helping verb, we use do, does, or did as usual. This was everything about question tags or making a question tags, and it means in Arabic أليس كذلك. Now, let me continue with you correcting the grammatical error. So, nobody saw the dog ever since. Here, since. And in this case, we use the present perfect. So is in the second form. So is in the second form. Nobody saw the dog ever since the soldier's death. In this case, we use the present perfect. Nobody has seen. And nobody is considered a singular. So we use has, not have. So nobody has. And the third form of the verb, because since is one of the references or signal words used in the present perfect tense. Now, while his colleagues were trying, so here past continuous, here past continuous, okay, past continuous, the form is past continuous, past continuous. While his colleagues were trying, while his colleagues were trying, and here while is used when we write present past continuous sentences. So while is used in the past continuous or past progressive, and here while his colleagues were trying. So past continuous, to hold. Here we have another action, and it is in the past simple form. He was deciding. No, here is incorrect. We need the past simple. Though it's in some cases okay to use 2 past continuous forms in one sentence when we talk about parallel situation, 2 actions happening at the same time. So when 2 actions were happening at the same time, 2 parallel actions, we can use the past continuous. But here the case is different. We are talking about past continuous, and then it was interrupted by the past simple, namely the second form. So instead of the past continuous, we need to use the past simple or verb to. So he decided. So he decided. He decided. Now, nobody couldn't. Nobody couldn't. Here, no refers to negative. Yes, negative. It is a negative word. And here we can say or write or use not. So, nobody could, not couldn't. Nobody could say what his fault was. Now, could you please tell me what? Okay, here we have question mark. So, it's a question. But we have inverted the modal verb at the beginning of the sentence. So, could you please tell me what? We don't invert in the second part of the sentence. So, could you please tell me what is the true friendship? Here, we reverse is and use it after the noun. True friendship, after the noun. So, the correct answer would be, could you please tell me what the true friendship is? So, we don't invert because we inverted the modal verb at the beginning of the sentence. Now here, if, pay attention, if, it is a type of conditional. But first of all, make sure if it is the third conditional or not. Make sure if it is the third conditional or not. So if Sarah had gone with us last night, very important, last night. So this is a reference to the past. This is a reference to the past. Namely, in this case, it would be the third conditional. And here we need, in the if part, the past perfect. And here it is done for you. So had gone is a correct part. Why? Because when we have a reference to the past, we only need the past perfect in the if part. Okay? But what about the second part? We need would, have, plus the third form. Here we have would plus the base form. Sorry. So we replace would meet with would have met. Would have met. So this is the correct answer. Now, Mark MacDonald can't been found by his friend. Mark MacDonald can't been found by his friend, so it is in the passive. It is in the passive, and you know, after can't, we need a finite, always to make passive in English, we need a finite form of verb to be plus the third form of the verb. Here in this case, after the modal, we need be plus the third form. So, Mark MacDonald can't be found. Mark MacDonald can't be found. So, it is in the passive. But this passive is after the modal verb can. And in this case, we need a finite form of verb to be, which is always the base form after the modals. And in this case, it will be be, okay? Can't be plus the third form of the main verb found. Can't be found by his friend. Now the next one. The manager wanted to know why. Why? Here is why, not is used to make a questions. Why? And here we have a full stop at the end of the sentence. So we don't invert. We don't invert. So the manager, okay? The manager wanted to know why. But, very important, in most cases, like this sentence, we dropped the helping verb did. Here I can't drop it. I can't delete it. I can't cancel it. Why? Because here it is a negative. And in the negative form, we always need a helping verb for the negative article not. So I can't, pay attention to the student, I can't drop it. I told you previously that when we have do, does, did, please drop it from the sentence, because here there is no need to make a question, because why is or any WH word in this case is considered a relative pronoun, okay? But here I have this not, pay attention, I have this not, so I can't drop it because the sentence is already negative. So I only reverse and use it after the noun. So the correct answer would be the representative didn't. Why? The representative didn't pay the money. So don't drop it in this case, and here is the correct answer for you. Now the next one, under no condition. Try to memorize these negative phrases. Under no condition. Under no condition. Here in these cases we need to invert. The students will, so the correct answer would be will the student. Under no condition will the students leave the class without signing the paper. Under no condition will the students leave the class without signing the paper. Now I will tell him the good news when I will see him. Again, we talked about when, as soon as, until, till, etc. And we told you that there is no future after these words. We only use the present simple. So I will tell him the good news when I see. Drop will. When I see. Drop will. Drop will. Okay? Drop will. So the correct answer would be I will tell him the good news when I see him. When I see him. Okay? Not will see him. Now the cat was sick for 1 week before. Pay attention. Before. Here we have two actions happened in the past. Two actions. What are they? The cat was sick for 1 week. Okay? And he took it to the vet. He took it to the vet. Okay? But when we have two actions happened, one before the other in the past, in this case we use the past perfect and past simple. So the cat was sick. This is the first action. The cat was sick. Because of that, he took it, and as a result, he took it to the vet. So what action happened first? What was the first situation? What was the first case? The first case was that the cat was sick. So I use was in the past perfect because it's the first action. So how do we make past perfect? We need had plus the third form of the main verb. So we use had, as you can see here. Had plus the third form of be. In this case it is been. So always the third form of verb to be is been. So the cat had been sick for 1 week before he took it. This is the second action, and it is in the past simple, as you all know, to the vet. Now neither, you know, dear student, neither nor, neither Catherine nor her children was here we need a subject-verb agreement, and here her children is plural, so we need were instead of was. So always pay attention, dear students, always when you have neither nor or either or, pay attention to the noun after the second word, namely nor or. In this case, her children is plural, and we need subject-verb agreement, so we use were instead of was. So the correct sentence would be neither Catherine nor her children were at the party last night. Now they could not put out the fire. They couldn't put out the fire because it already reached. Again. An action happened before another action in the past. So they could not put out the fire. Why? Because it already, this is the first action, already, the first action. The first action must be in the past perfect. So already reached, or in this case it will be in the past perfect had reached a big area of the forest. Again, they couldn't put out the fire. Why? Because already reached. So this is the first action, and it must be in the past perfect form, namely had plus verb 3. So before it had reached a big area of the forest. Now I don't know how. Again, this is relative pronoun, not a WH word. It is not a question. Here it is not a question, so we can pay attention to the full stop. So it's a normal positive sentence. So in this case we don't invert, but pay attention. When you drop does, I told you earlier, in this case we drop do, does or did. But here, when you drop do, don't make any change. When you drop did, please make the verb in the second form. Here when you drop does, don't forget to add s for third person singular. So I don't know how she loses. As you can see the correct answer here. I don't know how she loses weight so quickly. Now Angela, Julie is a. Angela, Julie is a. So we need the definite article a. Angelina Jolie is a famous actress. So here, don't forget to use a. Angelina Jolie is a famous actress. It's very simple mistake or grammatical error. Now, the men were working for 9 hours when the guard gave them some water to drink. The men were working for 9 hours. Pay attention to this duration of time, to this length of time, okay? It is a prolonged activity in the past, In this case, the men were working for 9 hours when the guard gave. So here I have the past simple form. And here the past continuous is correct, because here we are talking about an action which was in progress when another action happened, and this action is in the past simple. Okay, that's right, but pay attention to this duration of time, to this length of time, to this period of time. So here it is used in the past perfect continuous. The men were working. It would be in this case, the men had been working for 9 hours when the guard gave them some water to drink. Now 50 minutes. Okay, 50 minutes are. This is, you say that this is a subject-verb agreement. 50 minutes are. Okay, but here we can talk about some corrective nouns. For example, I talk about the army. Okay. For example, the team, the family. In this case, we can talk about it as a whole or as individuals or more than one item. So 50 minutes is considered a whole, and in this case we use is instead of are. So 50 minutes as a whole is not enough to finish this long exam. 50 minutes as a whole, as one unit. For example, my family are. Here we are talking about each individual in my family. Now my family is, here we are talking about the family as a whole. So 50 minutes is considered a unit, one unit. And in this case, it's considered as if it is a singular noun. So 50 minutes is not enough to finish this long exam. Now, had he known. Here is the same as the third condition. As you can see, had and the third form. So we need would, have plus verb 3. And here the incorrect. Here is the grammatical error. So, had he known about the accident, he would have gone. exactly like the third conditional. Had, verb 3. In this case, we need in the second part would have plus the third form of the verb. So, had he known about the accident, he would have gone for help. He would have gone for help. Now, another group of sentences for you. She said she will leave the country. Okay, I'll stop for now and I'll continue in the next lesson for you. So let's stop for now. Goodbye for now. Thank you very much, dear students.